There was a point, dude. I remember I was like 10, 11 episodes in. I'm like, I don't hate it, but why am I just not like getting satisfied watching a Marvel Netflix show and a Punisher show, right? Like that, I just kind of ended the show like, well, that was a thing, like, I don't know what will happen with season 2. Who knows? But guess what? If Daredevil couldn't be saved, the Punisher is definitely going to get the axe too. All right, so let's go ahead and now talk about the latest thing. I'm angry because the fucking Punisher is around the corner, Christian, and I don't know. When I saw the trailer, that's all I got out of it was I'm angry. But let's go ahead and play this trailer, and then all of you will see what the hell I'm talking about.
This face has everything that I ever did wrong written all over it.
January 18th, right around the corner. Christian, can I tell you something? I don't care about this. And you know why? 2 things. The latter half of the first season of Punisher, it was a snooze fest for me. I'll give you my 2 cents on that in just a second. But second, and more importantly, I mean, it's going to get the axe, right? Like, Disney's going to, like, cut the axe on this and, like, listen, Netflix is going to have it because we made this deal, a year and a half ago or whenever we did it. It's going to get the axe, so why do I already care about this, or, should I not care about this, right? That's my initial reactions. And, I'm also angry, Christian. So, what do you think of The Punisher?
Yeah, dude, I'm kind of with you, which is like, listen, I wasn't a huge fan of season 1. And you know me, man. You've known me for a very long time. The Punisher as a comic is one of my favorite comics ever. They're like straight up runs. We yell about The Walking Dead all the time, right? Just adapt it. Just adapt the fucking panel and you can't fuck this up. It's the same thing for Punisher. So it's a little sad that I didn't really love season 1. Even if I did love season 1, the fact that the impending cancellation of it, which is all but certain, kind of makes me not want to rush out to see it. But beyond that, he was never as good as he was in Daredevil season 2. Like, it seemed like they really, really understood the Punisher's character, what made him tick, this and that. I didn't feel that in season 1, and this trailer doesn't do anything for me. Having said that, Jigsaw's awesome, and he always has been in the comics, so maybe they're going to do a really good version of that. But yeah, dude, I don't. And here's the other thing, dude. Barenthal, as wonderful as an actor as he is, I just don't feel his Punisher. Like, that's not Frank Castle to me. And maybe again, it's because Frank Castle for the most part has always been portrayed as a Vietnam vet. That he's like 50 to 60, and he's doing this never-ending war on crime. Maybe that's the problem. But as good of an actor as he is, and undoubtedly he is, it's just hard to identify with that Punisher. So, the trailer didn't do shit for me. I'm not super excited. Will I watch it? Probably. We do a show. We probably should watch it. Yeah. But yeah, man, it wasn't a great trailer. I think we're going to have to wait till we get that full length to kind of see exactly what the show's going to be.
Yeah, I think we're going to get a lot of hate on this, but we're on the same terms of with this. I mean, man, well, I will say this to its credit. I remember the pilot episode was probably one of the best things I saw when it came out, because that pilot episode about like, this is who Frank Castle is. He doesn't even want to be the quote unquote Punisher, right? And they did just a great job setting up the characters, and John Bernthal's acting was amazing. And then just watching the show, there's so many of these small subplots that I don't care about, right? Like it just seemed like the story was just progressing at a slow rate. And it was also one of those things that like, it caught the Netflix bug, right? That like, if this was a solid 8 episodes, the story could have been much more concrete. It could have been much more solid, because when they stretched it out, it ultimately didn't pan out for me, and I just didn't care. And I will say this, the arch nemesis, I don't know the actor's name, but he's so great in Westworld and some other things I've seen him in. So he's a great antagonist, and you can tell he has a lot of fun portraying Jigsaw, right? Now, to give some backstory, because Jigsaw is going to be the main focal point, or so at least we think anyway, with what this trailer is presenting us. Who is Jigsaw, Christian, and how is he a big force to Frank Castle?
Jigsaw's just some guy who ended up in a fucking bad place, man. He got chopped up to bits, and then he ends up coming back. I mean, like, there depends on what fucking thing. But in any case, it's like, I don't know how directly related it is to his overarching theme, right? Like Frank Castle's arc. So I don't know. And here's the other thing. The Netflix things have never really stayed with what the actual origins are. So I doubt they're going to do that here either. Like, and it's not always a bad thing. We just saw Daredevil season 3. They did a really fucking interesting job with Bullseye. So I'm not saying don't change stuff. I'm just saying like they've never taken that roadmap and done anything with it. So I don't know, man. Honestly, like I think it's a good character. I think that guy's a really good actor, but I don't have a lot of faith in it, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, let's see what the chat has to say here. I'm reading the comments, and Birdman again saying, "I like the flow, but the last 2 episodes couldn't have been one. 11 would have been fine for the Punisher." So yeah, so I'm glad I'm not crazy here. There's a point, dude. I remember I was like 10, 11 episodes in. I'm like. Like, I don't hate it, but why am I just not, like, getting satisfied watching a Marvel Netflix show and 2, a Punisher show, right? Like, that, I just kind of ended the show like, well, that was a thing, you know? Like, I don't know what will happen with season 2. Who knows? But guess what? If Daredevil couldn't be saved, you know, the Punisher is definitely going to get the axe too, right? Like, now let me go ahead and just ask you from a business point of view, why would there even be a Punisher season 3? Like, I don't think that's going to happen, right? Disney streaming service is coming out in 2019. What does that say for the future of Frank's Castle Punisher?
Right. Well, I would say this one, Punisher will never appear on Disney's streaming service proper. So where else could it go? It could end up on Hulu. It could end up on a couple different places, I guess. But I don't. The one thing I'll say about this, even though all the other ones got canceled, right, is that this was never a part of that initial Marvel Netflix deal, right?
Yeah.
They did a fucking 13 episode, 4 season or 4 different series deal, and that was supposed to be the original contract, and they re-upped it, right? Punisher was always an offshoot of that initial deal. So there's like, I'm not saying it's at all plausible or possible. It's possible. It's not probable. That's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah.
But this could survive just because it's outside of that initial Marvel Netflix deal. And also because you don't see a natural home for it anywhere else, right?
Yeah.
Like, would you see this on the Disney streaming service? It doesn't seem like that's what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't have a lot of... And the other thing about this is cool as, like, Jigsaw is, like, he's always seemed like a superficial villain to me. Just because, like, he's a mobster. He's from a poor Italian family, blah, blah, blah. If I might be fucking this up, but I think he was called, like, the Handsome or, like, the Butte or something in the comic books, right? He was like a really superficial guy. Like, his whole rage is the fact that he was once a good-looking dude.
A good-looking guy,
like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, which is like, it's not the greatest fucking origin story for anything. And also, Frank Castle has spared his life, like, repeatedly in the comics.
Yeah.
Could have killed him 4 or 5 times, doesn't kill him. So I don't know what they're going to do with this unless they're going to try to stay true to the comic. And he's not going to be someone who gets dispatched by the end of this season. Yeah. But at the same point, you don't think that they're playing too far ahead because all their brethren have been canceled. So this raises a lot of fucking questions. Yeah, I guess we'll know about 2 or 3 weeks after this premieres. That was the timeline for the other cancellations.
Yeah. So, I mean, January 18th is the premiere date, and you heard it here first from What's in the Box. January 20th is when they cancel it because, you know, we can't give them news on a Saturday and Sunday. Let them enjoy.
Oh, you think they're going to do it that quick? Listen, bro, I think they're going to do it like on Valentine's Day. Like, they're going to fuck with us. They're like, oh, have fun, enjoy your chocolate. Also, Punisher's canceled. Like, it seems like it's about 3 weeks to do that shit, man. And I just feel like the writing's on the wall, you know. So this Jones, enjoy it while you can because I think they're all definitely